You just have to be willing to put yourself out there. And once you do, the magic will begin to happen. I'm happy to use my life as an example so that others can learn. You may have to let some things go before you become successful. Success looks different on everybody, and so does the process. Some of you want success but don't want to let go of the exact thing that's in your way of obtaining success. You can't have it both ways. Welcome to Living Your Truth with Tavares. Wow, thank you. I am living in my blessing. Thank you so much. This is great. Wow. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. How y'all doing today? What's up to everybody up top? What's up to everybody in the middle? And what's up to everybody down here around me? Well, welcome back to another great episode of Living Your Truth with Tavares. Today, we gonna be talking about, wait for it, drum please. Be sure you want to. What do I mean? Be sure you want to. Be sure you want to do the thing. Be sure what you are asking either the universe for or your higher power for. Make sure that you are ready. Make sure that you want to. Be sure. Because we don't want to waste nobody's time, especially our own, right? Right. We want to be intentional, laser focused too. That's good. We want to make sure that the target we are aiming at is indeed the right one for us. Now, with that being said, we all walk to the beat of our own drum, and a part of making mistakes is a part of living in life. And life is a part of making those mistakes. So we must be, available and open to the miscellaneous that comes with dreams and visions and journeys and all that good stuff, right? This is why I'm talking about be sure you want to. I've been a part of a lot of things. I'm grateful for that. But there were some things I got involved with, but I wasn't too sure about. But I did it anyway. I did it and I operated at that time from a place of not feeling included, maybe feeling left out. Maybe I needed money at the time. Money should never be the motive. And maybe it was just out of necessity. Now, none of that makes me a bad person. If anything, it makes me a person. Because many of us have made decisions based on our needs at the moment. And again, be sure you want to. And this goes for anything. If you need a loan, be sure you want to ask the right person. Or are you even sure you want to ask at all, given the people that you're considering asking? Be sure you want to. That job promotion that you're looking at, do you believe that you are, qualified for that job? Or have you been with the company for so long, you just want a promotion? Be sure you want to. When it comes to the relationships or the ex relationships, we've all done that dance with an ex or two. Only to what? Only to leave feeling worse than we felt before we seen them again. So be sure you want to get back involved, is what I'm saying. Be sure you actually have the energy and the time to dedicate to the thing that you want to do. Because that's what it's about, right? Being sure that we want to. Living life intentionally. See, there were some things that I had to consider being sure of, right? And then there were some things that just happened that I didn't have a say. Well, yeah, I guess you can say that. A part of being sure is having confidence. It's also understanding that you may not get it right now, but with time, repetition, and consistency, aka practice, you can and you will achieve all that you're looking for. So there's some great things about being sure you want to. And then of course there's some other things. I won't call them bad, but there's some other things. And so be sure you want to. You dig? Maybe you're engaged right now. Maybe you've been pressured by in-laws or by your own parents, and you're just not sure you want to. Well, trust yourself and be sure you want to trust yourself because that could be a tricky one too, especially if you're not open to it. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We will be right back. Today's show is brought to you by The Body Synthesis. We mitigate health risks through preventative medicine coaching. Check out thebodysynthesis.com. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. Today we are talking about be sure if you want to. Now, when I talk about this, it's really about understanding where you are on your journey, whether it's day to day, whether it's month to month, year to year, whether you're a nomad or not. It's about trusting you, right? And being sure that you want to. I know a lot of folks, they struggle with trusting themselves. I have been one of them. At times I still do. But I walk through that. I walk through that fear because I'm sure that I want to. There's other things that I'm not so sure that I want to. And that's because maybe I'm not there yet within myself. Maybe it's a part of my journey, but perhaps for a later part down the line. I don't know. I just know when I'm sure about doing something, I'm all in. However, I do take time. I give myself grace in that space to understand, unpack it, do all kinds of things, right? And that's important too, not only in business, but in our personal lives. And we're doing that for ourselves. That's why we're doing that. We're not doing for anyone else. So when I talk about being sure if you want to, that's for you, like it's for me, right? Whether it be a relationship, whether it be a promotion, whether it be anything, planning a trip, going on a trip with people you never gone on a trip with. Are you sure you want to do that? uh, well, yeah, I mean, that's true too, right? Because when you travel with somebody or other people, it's super important to know who you're rolling with, right? You want to know if the energies match up. Now, look, we don't want to do too much. Like, we can't control the uncontrollables, right? So we hope and we send out that good vibration. And I believe, as long as we're doing that with good intentions, then I believe the boomerang will come back around to you. In other words, light reflects light. So I believe that if we're being sure that we want to, that even in itself can rub off on other people, those closest to us, our friends, our family, people that we love. And by them seeing us be sure that we want to, well, what do you think it's going to do for them? It's going to help them to have more confidence. It's going to help them to be more sure of themselves. And it's going to help them to understand, well, hey, it's not failure if I get it wrong. It's only failure if we quit. But if you don't get it wrong, then here's the thing. You learned a lesson and you get to take that experience and move it forward. That's the cool thing about that, about being sure that you want to. Are you sure you want to take that program at that school? Are you sure this is the right time to take the program, right? And here's the thing about time. Time is man-made. Time doesn't really exist. Now, that's at least my outlook on it. Yes, I know we have clocks and watches and all that. But time itself, I mean, what is it, right? Well, that's a different conversation. The point is, if you're sure that you want to maximize the time that you have to do it as best as you can. Some people maximize in different ways, and some people maximize sooner than others. Either way, give yourself an opportunity to maximize your opportunity when it presents itself, because it will. You just have to be sure you want to. Because if you're not and you're saying yes, then guess what? If it's a promotion and you get the promotion and you're like, yeah, I want the job. And then inside you're like, well, guess what? You can't really backpedal out of a promotion, but I mean, I guess you could if you didn't really care, or if you were just sure you wanted to. You see how that works? Even when it looks crazy, even when it looks like, man, we shouldn't do that. I should not back out of this promotion. I got the promotion, but I don't want to do that job. So you overlook the fact that the job wasn't what you were used to, and you just saw the green lights on the promotion and said, yep, that's me. See, in that situation, if you're not sure that you want to, that can get messy. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We're going to pay some bills, kiss some babies, shake hands, make some fans, and be right back. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I am him. Welcome to another episode. Today we've been talking about be sure you want to. This is a very interesting topic because I just made it up, but it's relevant. It's relevant all the time. It's relevant every single day. It's relevant in professional and personal lives and, other situations. When I was dating, I'm married now, happily married, but when I was dating, I had to be sure that I wanted to not commit. Yet I found myself in a relationship or two. I guess I should have been more sure that I really didn't want to. However, it served its purpose at times. And I mean, let's be clear. I believe when we are sure about what we want to do, it's always going to serve a purpose, whether it's good or bad, because there's a lesson well, I believe there's a lesson in everything that we are a part of or everything that we allow ourselves to be open to. So when it comes to being sure if you want to, I'm talking about the things that you've always dreamt of doing, the things that you've always seen yourself doing. And I'm in this space with you. So I'm not just here um talking about it, right? I'm actually drinking my own Kool-Aid, okay? Um, walking the walk, talking the talk. So when it comes to being sure, this is a question I've asked myself many, 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 many times. Many times because I felt like I needed to have a certain, I don't know, the approach had to be a certain way for me to obtain a certain result. Earlier I mentioned, don't be concerned with trying to control the uncontrollables. And that's exactly where I was. I didn't realize it. My EMDR therapist, Dr. Janice, pointed it out. Shout out to her. Thanks, Doc. Um, she pointed it out and it really made me think like, okay, you're really in your own head about this thing. Like you know, you're trying to have control over something that you haven't even stepped into yet. See, being sure if you want to, look, you're going to step into the experience regardless of what's going on, right? Because a part of starting the thing is starting the thing. That's just what it is. So for me to be anticipating how something was going to go and I've never or haven't done it yet, it was, she being Dr. Janice felt that, I wasn't just being present. And so now when I talk about being sure if you want to, there is a present, how do you say, vibe to it. Because I believe in being sure that you want to, it's going to bring you to the present moment. Like you have to be in that present moment to be sure if you want to or not. Now, can you be sure or can you contemplate being sure or not before the event? Of course you can. Of course. Um, can you be sure you want to after? No, because you've already done it. So there's that. But being sure that you want to builds confidence. It builds confidence. It reminds you that not only are you human, but you owe it to yourself to show yourself grace and be patient and just do all the little things that you feel is necessary for you to be sure that you want to be a part of anything, that you want to be a part of a business venture, that you want to be a part of a music group, right? A singing group, a rap group, whatever the case is, a dance group. Because in being sure that we want to be there, we get to match other people's energy who also want to be there. You ever been around like in a group of folks and let's say there's four people and three out of the four are good with, let's say they're going to eat. And then the fourth one's like, nah. But there's three out of four that are. See, again, back to being sure you want to. You got to be sure that you want to go with your friends, knowing that they're all going to go out to eat. But you don't have to feel pressured in eating with them. You just got to be sure you want to not eat, and that's it. You just stand on that because they're going to be sure that they want to go eat. And you're going to be sitting there, and they're like, why aren't you eating? And you're like, because I'm sure I don't want to. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We're having a great time as always. We'll be right back. Today's show is brought to you by Tag Management, photography, videography, photo booth, and drone. Check out tagmgmt.net. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I am him. So happy to be back with y'all again. Today we're talking about be sure you want to. Okay. Parenthood. Be sure you want to. There's a lot that comes with that. I mean, nowadays, I'm not sure what the percentage is of people planning versus not planning to have children. And so be sure you want to. I myself was a father at 19. Was I sure I wanted to be? No, I was not. However, I also didn't, I didn't push back against it either. I think once it was told to me, once the information came to me, it was like second nature to be like, okay. And that was it because I understood at that moment there's another life coming into the world and it has something to do with me. So even though I wasn't sure that I wanted to have kids, I was sure about being a dad. I was sure about loving the child that was coming into this world. And that was a great experience. But there was a lot of things I really had to be sure of, right? I had to be sure I wanted to play house with her mother at, I was 19, she was 18, and we were playing house, had an apartment and everything. But I wasn't sure I wanted to, but I did it anyway. This goes back to what I said earlier about being sure you want to. Now, I don't blame her or this. I think the whole thing, it was growth and it was necessary, I guess, because it's a part of our story. And so looking back now, I could say, okay, but in the moment, now looking back, I probably would have still not been sure. I probably just would have done something that I thought was the right thing to do. That was my thought process at the time until things started to really hit me. And now I became more sure about not only being a dad, but understanding to be sure that I wanted to be there or be sure of how you're going to be there, right? So being sure you want to, again, we're talking about confidence. We're talking about leaning into that. We're talking about, not giving yourself a way out. Because look, it's okay to not be sure. You just, we fall back on that sort of thing, right? At least I do. If I'm not sure, I'd rather fall back and take a different point of view and put myself in a wider lens, right? I want to see more of what's going on. So I'm sure I want to do that. When it comes to business, I'm sure I want to do that. When it comes to my friendships, I'm sure I want to be a great friend to my friends at all times, as much as I possibly and humanly can. Because I am sure that I love my friends like that, and I'm sure that they love me the same way. Now, I know you feeling this because I've been using the word sure, right? Especially as it relates to self. I know people tend to doubt themselves all the time. Sorry about the dog barking in the back. That's my neighbor's dog. It's always barking, but it's all love. So, in itself, me talking about being sure is just me really tying down confidence. It's really me reiterating, excuse me, to you, all the listeners worldwide, and to me, that it's important for us to be sure when we get in ventures, again, whether personal or professional. It's important. And when you go into something like anything, and I mean anything, a relationship, a marriage, parenthood, whatever it may be, it is so important that we are sure because look, in those particular situations, there's someone else involved. And with there being someone else involved, well, then we gotta play our part, right? We gotta be transparent because we're a part of the thing. If it's a relationship, we're a part of that. So we have a role to play in that. And one of part of that role is, you guessed it, being sure you want to. Being sure you want to be in a relationship where you have to show up, where you have to be transparent at all times, not for your partner, but for yourself, right? You got to love yourself before you love somebody else. And you got to be sure you want to love somebody else, especially if you're not sure you're even loving yourself. Boom, mic drop. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We'll be right back. You like that, huh? Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I love saying it like that. Welcome. Today we've been talking about be sure you want to. And I like this. I like it a lot. I'm even learning about myself in this moment. So this is great, right? Learning, it's important. Always learn about yourself. Being sure that you want to reinforces confidence, reinforces you as an individual. It reinforces your identity, right? And this is for you. This isn't for anyone else. This isn't about you putting on for friends or family. This is about you, me, like you, but me too. That's what it's about. It's about locking in on your journey, your vision, locking in and owning your mess because your mess is your message. Remember that. No one's really judging you. That's all in your head. A lot of people move like that. Why? I don't know. And if someone is judging you, my opinion, they just have too much time on their hands. And that's it, right? That's it. Okay. Being sure you want to surround yourself with the right people. That's important too. You have, well, I'll use me. My mother made it a point for me to be sure about the kind of people I hung around. She would say to me, hang out with people with more than you or as much as you. Now, this is a long, long, long time ago. My views have changed on that a little bit. I like to see myself as an equal opportunity hanger outer. I hang out with everybody from all classes of life. I believe that there's always gems to be discovered with people, no matter where they are, what they look like. It just doesn't matter because that's what I believe when it comes to the human connection, the human interaction, and all that stuff, right? Because I'm sure I want to. I'm sure I want to be around people. I'm sure that I just don't want to hang around with people that have more than I do or as much as I do. I prefer to hang around with all people because this here is an inclusive space. And I've had people ask me like, so what if somebody like what if you talk about the inclusive space, but what if someone comes in there that's like, not for black people? I'd still welcome them in because there is an opportunity. And I never back away from a challenge or an opportunity to listen and to learn about someone and why they are so sure of their position. Right? Right. So it's being sure for yourself and being sure in any given situation in real time because that's also a byproduct of being sure. You have that on you. It's like a jacket. You just have it on you at all times. Being sure will save so much time, so much pain, and so much money. Let's be honest. How many of us have been at the store, we bought something only to bring it home and have buyer's remorse, and then we're like, I'm not sure I want to keep it. But you just spent like 1,500 on a TV. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's important to be sure that you want to with like all things. Again, be it professional, personal, be it business, big business, corporate business, small business, mom and pop business, whether it be a relationship, a situationship, an engagement, a marriage. Be sure you want to. Okay? Be sure you want to. I want y'all to feel that. Because you're going to use this energy and take this information and I want you to go out there in the world. I want you to go to work. I want you to, go home to the family and I want you to ask them, of all the things that you do, are you sure you want to do them? And it's not you questioning as in you're doubting them, but you're definitely giving them an opportunity and a light nudge of an opportunity to just think about it. That's all. That's all. Because that is empowering in itself. Like reminding our kids, hey, look, you have the choice. Think about it. But just think about it. And if you need to, sleep on it. You dig? Yes, sir. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We will be right back. Yeah, now.
My style is the best. Best. Perhaps I was talking when I should have been listening. My style is the best.
Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. And today we've been talking about be sure you want to. I want everyone, first and foremost, I want to thank you all for tuning in from around the world as you do every single week. This is great. I feel great. I hope you feel great too. Today's subject topic or topic of discussion, I wanted to reiterate confidence in a different way. I wanted to make it simple and kind of humanize it a bit. That's why I went through so many scenarios about being sure you want to. Because again, like I said earlier, it's everywhere that we go. It's in everything that we do. And we know what it looks like when we are uncertain and unsure. We know how that can look. It can look messy. We know how we can be in our head and so much that, we're waiting for our friends to pick us up. Maybe you're going to the club. Maybe you're questioning what you're going to wear. We've all been there. And we wait and we wait and we wait and we spend all the time and your friends pull up and you're still switching out of outfits. We've been there, okay? Being sure you want to will have you pick what you pick. It'll have you visualize what you want, then go into the closet, pick what you pick, and that's it. That's it. This is about you being sure, just like it's about me being sure. I struggle with many things, but I'm sure I want to fight. I'm sure I want to work. I'm sure I want to be better, and I'm sure that I see myself. You see how that works? See, we humanize it here. That's what we do right here in this space. So please tell a loved one, tell a friend, tell your significant other to listen to Living Your Truth with Tavares because it's a nice one. It's a very nice podcast. I mean, I might be a little biased, but it's nice. I want to be sure that I give love to every single person around the world who continues to tune in on a regular basis. I love you. I thank you so very much. I want you all to be sure you want to. Be sure you want to. All right? If you want to hit us up, on socials, we are at Living Your Truth Podcast, traditional spelling, on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And on X, it is LIVIN, the letter U, the letter R, and truth. Living Your Truth on X. All right. So I look forward to seeing y'all next week. That's right. Again, next week, same place. All right. And thank you again for just being patient with me. Until the next time, love yourself, love each other. Oh, and live your truth. Peace.